it going, everybody? LevelMDIecast, Diecast Haul, episode number 11. And today is a good one because we have very, very few Hot Wheels, and we are very, very high up in the variety of other brands, which is always a good thing. We'll knock out a few of these Hot Wheels real quick. A couple Monster Truck 2-packs. This is from the new mix. So this guy's been released in singles before. This is a new deco on the kind of food service truck, whatever you want to call him. He's called Monster Portions with the Sriracha truck. Like I said, the Sriracha truck has been released before. Get those guys out of there. This is your Monster Portions, food service truck. Looks pretty good. Does have opening piece on this side. Super, super difficult to get this open. I don't know if I'll be able to get it open. It's ultra, ultra tight. Might have to pry something in there. Let's see if we have something sitting around the studio. We'll use some scissors. I think it'll be okay. There we go. Very, very difficult to get that open. There you go. Does have a hot dog in there. Very, very nice high quality prints. Looks pretty good. I think that the little notch they have here that goes in that little notch there to keep it closed might be a little bit too big. Definitely don't anticipate a kid being able to open that up very well, because after all, it is intended for a kid. And then, of course, this is the Sriracha. Fortunately for me, being a relatively new collector of Monster Truck stuff, I did not have this one. So this one looks okay. Kind of looks Christmassy to me, with the kind of green chrome foil print on the wheels. So throw him back there. One more from that particular mix we picked up. This one is fantastic. This one, all brand new decos on both of these. It is the Land Rover Defender 90 and the Unimog. Two very, very, very good ones. They are all muddied up, muddied tires and everything. Very, very nice decos on there. Pull these guys out of there. In case you guys are curious, this is the mix on the back. So I believe this will be your new, and existing. Although I think they did a Gangster one of that last year maybe. But these are the two best packs in my opinion. This is the Land Rover Defender 90. Look at the freaking deco on this. It's so freaking cool. This looks so good. It's got nice texture to it. That's actually textured. All that lines you see in there. Looks really, really good. It's actually a lion. You can see that. You can see it's a lion's head. That looks pretty good. There is your side deco on there. It says Monster Trucks right here. It's super, super busy deco, but I think it looks pretty good. All the way decoed all the way around the back. Of course, looks pretty good. It does say Monster Trucks again. There is the other side. Number 022, full front, tampons and everything. This thing is very, very decoed up. Very, very, very nice. Looks good with the dirty wheels on it. It's pretty cool. That one's pretty cool. But I think this one is going to be even better. This is the Unimog. This guy looks pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of like the red smokestack here. Maybe make that black or something. Probably would have looked a little bit better. I'm okay with the yellow roll bar. Still looks pretty good. There is your top print and whatnot. Very good high quality print. It does say El Segundo on there in the number placard. Looks really, really good though. It's super, super busy deco. I think that it's actually a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Of course, there is your front deco. It's nice how the Mercedes logo happens to just be perfectly clean, but the whole rest of the front end is dirty. That is brand recognition right there for sure. This is the very last Hot Wheels item we have. There's no more Hot Wheels after this. I did pick this guy up. This is a Ferrari 348. I did not have the 3-spoke version. I believe I have this guy in the kind of 5-circle, gunslinger barrel looking, and then of course just the regular 5-spoke. But didn't have this one. So pretty happy to have this one now. So add him to the collection. Nice Ferrari logo on there. So other than that, pretty average. It's a pretty decent casting. It's not the best casting, but it's pretty decent. 1990 Thailand. M2. Got a couple of M2s. This is the first one, so I don't crack open my M2s, but I do get all the stuff that's plastered in, you know, Mopar stuff and whatnot. So this is a brand new release. There is your release date numbers right there. Wow, release 85. It's way up there. So not a chase or anything like that, but you know, anything that's got, you know, anything Mopar related plaster on the card, and then of course it's got to be a Mopar for sure. All right, the other M2 related thing we have here, this is the newest release of the auto haulers. I do only do the Mopar related ones. So this is the 1970 L600 COE with the Willys Coupe and Maui Deco. Looks pretty good. Picked this up at Walmart. Not Walmart exclusive or anything, but it's just where I picked it up from. So pretty happy to add another one of these trucks. And put this guy in the back. There we go. All right, Maisto. Pretty rare to get some Maisto, and look at that. 1980 Datsun 280 ZX S130. You got to get super technical. Now, the good thing about these is they're not taped or anything like that, so we'll just open this guy up and take a look at him. And get the little stupid flaps open. You guys know I absolutely hate these flaps. There we go. And just put this guy back in the box when we are done, but that way we can take a look at him. So we'll slide him out. Comes with the generic Ram truck. Just a little bit of a clamshell situation there. Take a look at the Ram truck just real quick. It is based on a Ford COE, although it is generic. You can tell it's totally generic. It does have rubber tires on there. It looks pretty good. It does have actual dualies in the back. Pretty much no details on this thing, though. It does have a trailer hitch in the back, so you could tow the other trailers that are in this line. Light on the top. So there's some good details with this. It has Toyo tires, Woolwood, Eibach, and then, of course, it has JDM Tuning Garage, I think is what it says on there. So kind of interesting. So this is your 280Z. This looks pretty good. It says Tokyo on the plate. Full deets on it. Things, you know, decorated all the way around. And this kind of dark forest green looks super, super good. Deco's on the front as well. Rubber tires looks really, really good. There is the base deets. 280ZX. This one actually is it's a pretty good casting. You know, some of these Maisto castings are kind of crappy, but this one's actually pretty good. It doesn't open or do anything like that. It's just a static model, but looks pretty good. Let's see if he'll stay on there without rolling. Sort of. There is a little lip down here too, so if he doesn't want to sit in the little, you know, tire spot at the top, you'll be good. So, gotta put your Datsun in there first, I believe. And kind of slide the Ram truck in. It's a pretty tight fit. So throw that guy back in there. Throw him back in the box. Always easier to display these with the boxes the way they are. Throw him in the back. You can still see that guy. All right. Something relatively rare on the channel. We do have some Johnny Lightnings. I did actually pick up a collection a while back, and I've been going through some stuff, figuring out, you know, the kind of stuff I want to keep or whatnot. You guys know, as both a collector and business proprietor, essentially what happens is if I buy a collection or something I want to add to my own collection, I have to buy it essentially from myself. That's basically the way it works. Most of these Johnny Lightnings that were in this collection are relatively a little bit more expensive. You know, they're about a $10 to $40 price range. These ones sub $10. So they're basically average price. So these ones I purchased for myself. The rest I left with the business so that the business can obviously make money. That's kind of the way it works when you have a business. So do have two 1979 International Scout 2s here. These are from Release 22 and Release 20. These are the lifted versions. So I do like this casting. It's a pretty cool casting. It does have opening hood, which opens the opposite direction, which looks very, very good. This is hardtop. Does not have any other opening features. This does not have a removable top. So it is it's a pretty cool casting. This one looks pretty good. I'll lift it up. Has a little bit of space in there, in the front at least, to make it flex a little bit. The suspension's not connected, so it's kind of a poor man's way to do some suspension, but it works. So throw him down there, and then we'll take a look at the yellow one. Blisters pop off relatively easy. These are from roughly about 2012, around 2012. So they're relatively old by modern standards. There is this one, different colors up in there, looks pretty good. This guy has a black painted top. Again, the top does not come off. Lift it again. They do have rubber tires. Some of these did come with plastic tires, but these ones have rubber tires, so pretty happy with that. Like that a lot. Looks pretty good. Got some more Johnnies, don't you worry. 31 Caddy Cabriolet. 31. You guys know I like my 30s cars. So when I pulled these out, I was like, man, I hope these are super cheap. And yes, they don't go for jack squat, so definitely adding them to the collection. Super happy about that. So we'll take a look. This one is from release 16. So we'll pull this guy out. Just have opening hood. Check that out. Hood comes off. There is the deets down in there. I believe this was a V16, or remember correctly. It's either a V16 or a V12. It's one of the two. But that just slides onto there. Looks pretty good. Does have your matching spare tire in there, of course. Nice wire style wheels. They are rubber, so pretty good on this one. Basic deets on it, but it looks pretty good. No chrome or nothing like that. So no additional like side prints or anything like that. Just basic prints on the back. And then just base deets. It's almost entirely metal, except for a little bit of plastic for the base. And then this one is release 18. So this one is in red. Try to get this one without the hood falling off. There we go. This one is much, much better. It does have a contrasting print on the roof. And then, of course, it does have a little bit of that side print that has the silver trim to it. Looks pretty good. This spare tire is way off. You see it's way, way off. I don't know if that can be... There we go. Pushed it a little bit. I think if I push it anymore, it'll probably crack off. And then just same deets. Nothing painted under the hood. Looks pretty good, though. I didn't expect the hood to come off. That's pretty cool. It's a very nice feature. Kind of a contrasting color on the front. So this one's really nice. This one's really, really nice. A lot better than the this gray one for sure. One looks kind of like deluxe style. All right, we got some more international love here. This is the 55 International 1200 pickup. I'm not on an international kick. I just really like these. Some of these castings I didn't really know much about when I found them. Release 26 in this dark forest green. I believe this guy has opening hood and an opening tailgate. So there's opening hood. Looks super good. Rubber tires on this one as well. I just like the different castings. The stuff that's just kind of oddball. Then there is the bed. Looks very, very good. And Johnny Lightning does make some really good stuff. Not everything, but some. Plastic base on this one, but looks pretty good. So we'll add that guy to the mix. Got a couple of ones for the military display. This is from release 20. This is the 50 Chevy Suburban. So we're going to put this guy in the military display. So this guy does have opening hood. Just basic deets under there in black. It is a matte green. See, there's just no light reflects off of that. It looks super, super good. Just really, really like that. See, this one's got plastic wheels. So not premium, just plastic wheels. So they were kind of all over the place. Some had them, some didn't. One of them that always did was the GMC 6x6. So this is Lightning Brigade. They did some of this stuff. Post after this, Lightning Brigade, Johnny Lightning's had that for a long time. 2012 edition is what this is. This is release 21. Crack this guy open. This is a pretty detailed model for this line back in the day. They are rubber tires, so looks like this one axle doesn't really spin. There we go. There we go. Perfectly fine. Like I said, all rubber tires, real dualies in the back. Looks ridiculous. This guy does have opening hood. Looks pretty good. There's a lot of depth in there, but very, very difficult to see in there because it's very deep. It does have a removable top on the back. Just kind of pop it off. Ooh. There it goes. Just shows you the open inside of the bed. Does have full tampons on the back as well. Looks really, really good. Just your standard military garb on the side in, flat green. So snap that back on there. Ka-chink. Looks pretty good. I guess you could say civilian version of that same truck. This is from release 25. This is in 76 fuel deco. Thought this truck might be a little bit, might be worth a little bit of something, but it is not. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Very interesting that these Johnnies were on just regular blisters, not like nowadays. Same deets, just more civilianized. Does have chrome hubs for the wheels. Looks pretty good. Still has the same opening hood. See the engine down in there. It is super detailed. It is actually part of the casting. It's metal, so very, very nice detail. Full deets on the back as well. They did do this particular tank version in military deco too. This has a metal chassis, so this truck is mainly metal, which is a very, very, very nice touch. Something you don't really get that much from other things. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize there'd be a jerry can on that side. Kind of interesting. There's just the 76 logo there. That's it. It's not on anywhere else on this entire thing. Just right there. Not even on the back. So kind of interesting. All right, we're going to move on to Matchbox because we just never seem to have that much Matchbox. I have not really done these themed 5-packs. It's just not something I've really been interested in. But I have decided to start pursuing these just in the sake of completion. So did find this one. This is the Nickelodeon 5-pack. So get this guy open. Check out what we got in here. So first one is the Volkswagen New Beetle Cabrio. Just says Nickelodeon on the side. Comes with the flower wheels. Base deets. Basic print on the taillights. That's it. Does have lens headlights in the front. Nice print on the windshield that goes around the outside, which is not a common thing. But it looks really, really good. Makes this model look pretty nice. This is the generic camper. I think this casting first came out in 1999. This is 1998 Mattel, so probably 98, 99. I actually thought this was a really, really good one. So this is decoed up with the wild thornberries. Does have a tow hitch on the back. Does have a moving feature. The door opens up. There's a little gear right here on the bottom that allows you to do that. It kind of locks in, but it's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice casting. It's very, very small. You got to make it fit in the blister, like typical. It's typically what they have to do. So it is a bit small. This casting's been used 1 zillion times. This is the Ford Expedition. This one is Cat Dog. So this one is kind of interesting. It's purple, like a nice metallic purple with a yellow interior. These were meant to be 100% geared towards kids. So there's no thought given to keeping it kind of realistic or anything, because it doesn't even matter. This is a casting that has not been used in a very, very long time, but was pretty extensively used in the late 80s, early into the 90s. This is the International School Bus. So it's not licensed at this point in time. It's just called a school bus. Kind of interesting. This guy does have a metal base. So it's kind of interesting to get a metal base on this. Does have a turquoise interior. It says, "Hey Arnold." In case you guys haven't realized, it's not just Nickelodeon itself. It's all the shows that were on Nickelodeon, which includes one of the most popular ones, which was the Rugrats. Got your nice Rugrats on the top. This is the Suzu Rodeo, or the Vauxhall Frontera. There was also a couple other versions of this sold in other countries. That is why on the base it is blank, because it is just printed up based on whatever country it's going to be going to. So this print will change. That's why it's not embossed on the base, which I thought was kind of cool. Always loved this casting. I believe this casting came out, I want to say somewhere around like 94. Yeah, copyright 94. I just remember picking this one up, the original one. It was white, and it had like 2 different colors of like paint splatter. Like there was one that was pink, and there was one that was red, I think, which was done for international markets, and then there was one in blue. But I just remember pulling it up from the little hobby box. You'd go to the little hobby store and you'd be like, oh, I want number 55 or whatever, and then they would pull the box out from behind it and they'd hand it to you and the card be in the box. I miss those days of Matchbox. That was some good times. I got one more. This one, it's kind of fitting that we ended up with Rugrats because this one is entirely Rugrats. The entire pack. Now, one thing I want to point out, I mentioned, like, I'm pretty shocked to see that's metal. These packs were about $2 more expensive than your standard 5-pack. So there was a lot more money involved in getting these packs. They were actually considered a premium upgrade, which is kind of weird. So this one is the Land Rover Freelander. Rugrats Deco. Does have lens headlights, look pretty good. I always liked this casting a lot. They did a good job on this one. Has a separate piece here for the spare tire. Looks pretty good. Does have tow hitch. Metal base. So that's a little bit of that kind of upscale-ish, I guess you could say, of this price point, that it has a metal base. This is not a casting that typically had a metal base. Really nice print on the side, too. High-quality prints. Looks pretty good. This one is Tommy rolling around in his Land Rover Freelander. Chucky gets the Mercedes-Benz A-Class. This one does typically have a metal base. So I think this one only ever had a metal base, I believe. It is a hook assembly model. So that plate detail you see right there is part of the base. It's something that they can't really do on the basic range anymore. Hot Wheels or Matchbox. They can still do that on premium stuff, though. So there's Chucky with the flower wheels. You can see the flower wheels are very prevalently used. This guy has like a black interior, so at least the interior looks pretty good. I always thought that casting was pretty good, actually. Actually, a pretty good job. Again, the Expedition. This thing was just very, very used. I like this one because it has suspension. So the original one's suspension was way better because the wheels weren't as big and they would go into the wheel well in the back. This is the large lace wheel. So this is Phil and Lil, the twins. So yellow interior on this one. No rear deets. No rear deets. One that's probably a little bit more popular just because it's Volkswagen. This is the 21-window bus. This is Angelica in purple with pink interior and an orange base. Very interesting color combination between them. There's the other side. No front or rear deets on this one. And then the last one in there is the Ford Focus. So this is Dill. I'm not familiar with that character. I don't remember that character. So maybe it was in later episodes. I don't know. It was a long time ago watching Rugrats. There's your old school Matchbox logo, of course, that they did when it was all circular and whatnot. It just wasn't a good logo at all. So this is a pretty good detailed base, but they're all China base. Got a couple of Scooby-Doos. So these were made for Warner Brothers Studios. They are relatively difficult to find. If you have a full set, they're worth some pretty good money, but individually they're not big deal. There is the mix on the back. That is not what I paid for them, so ignore that. Somebody paid for it, $6 for that at some point in time, but it certainly wasn't me. So I just have two of them, unfortunately. That's all I was able to pick up. I don't have any other from this set, but I was able to pick up the Volkswagen Transporter and the Beetle. So we'll take a look at the Beetle. They come on those little display plinths. Oh yeah, of course. Well, at least you guys get to see me do this in real time. I did that video the other day about the caterpillars, and that took me like I don't know, man. It took me like close to 30 minutes to get all those out. I mean, look how much they twist these up. It's just ridiculous. I know, it's just, sometimes, it's just, I'm glad they don't use these all that much nowadays. But I mean, does it really need to be this long? I mean, it's just ridiculous. Now, you can cut these off. Probably could cut them off there. We'll probably cut it off on the other one because this is kind of a pain in my butt. I really don't like doing this. I'm pretty sure you guys don't like watching me do this. It's just, it's not entertaining. But I do want to save these. I do have a buddy who uses these, so try to hold on to them as much as I can. So this is the little plinth that sits on. They've used those little plinths for all kinds of stuff, and they do stack to each other, and they do connect side to side, so you can build a little bit of a display, but you know, it's kind of a niche thing. So once you get these off, then you have to stretch them out to smooth them, get them as straight as possible, and then you got to pull it through the wheel well, which is just not good. Got to do that without damaging the paint on the vehicle or anything like that. There we go, got that one out. We'll do the top one. And the next one, we'll figure out a different way to get rid of those. So there is your 62 Beetle. It says Joinkies, Yoinks, or whatever they say on Scooby-Doo. Does have the whole gang on the top there. Does have Velma on this particular one. So I think that's kind of fitting. Does have red interior, super chrome base. This is the original casting. Does have suspension still. So the Beetle that they use nowadays that you guys see on the pegs and whatnot, that casting's been heavily modified from that original casting there. So we'll pop this next one open and we'll see where we're at with the ridiculousness of getting it out. Again, just the same thing. This one's not anywhere near as ridiculous as the Volkswagen one, or the well, I guess they're Volkswagen, both Volkswagen, but this one just has some simple twists. I guess whoever built this one at the factory was like, you know what? That's good enough. I don't need to go crazy. And the other person was like, oh, I'm bored. I'm just going to sit here and just twist this one up until I can't move anymore. So there we go. And boom. They do have a little card on the back. The other card came off, but there's a little card on the back. Nothing fancy. So, all right, we'll get this out of here real quick. This one will be pretty straightforward. Slide that out. Boom. All right. There is the 21 window bus with the opening top. It says Zoinks. There you go. Nice print on the top here for the opening roof section. It's kind of an extra print that's pretty nice to say Scooby-Doo again. This is, of course, Shaggy. So, again, nothing fancy. It does have a gray base. Kind of a weird color combination to everything for those particular models. Premium stuff. Matchbox collectibles, to be exact. This is the Chevy Camaro Z28. The mix on the back, so this is kind of weird. They used to do this. So they would tell you the single thing is for the small one, which is basically what we're looking at. And then there was the doubles, which was roughly about 1/43rd scale. And then a little bit bigger scale than that was like 1/32nd scale or 1/36 scale or something, which was these, which was just kind of weird. So this particular mix has the Airflow, has the Volkswagen delivery van, the Ford box van, MGA convertible, Dodge Dart Phoenix, and the Volkswagen Transporter. So I believe this is the last one I needed for this particular mix. I now have the entire mix. This one is nice because they don't use those ridiculous twist ties, so we don't have to worry about those. Just need to worry about getting the blister. There we go. So these were kind of interesting. They had a shrink wrap plastic that went over the models. So you would just slide the shrink wrap off of the plinth. Typically what I would do. So you slide it off. The car is in there. You can just slide it out there. It is molded to fit the car and is taped on the bottom. But very, very interesting way to package. It's a lot better than those twisty ties. Again, another plinth here. Exact same ones from the other one. They all go together. All the premium stuff can be attached together. This is your Camaro. Really nice prints on the front. Look really, really good. Kind of interesting they don't have the Camaro logo printed right there on the grill. But other than that, it looks pretty good. Two-tone. Nice Real Riders on there. Goodyear Eagles. Thirst knows no season, it says. Really nice print on these. It's not that inkjet print, but it's still a very high quality print. Coke 71 on the back because it's a 71 Camaro. And then super chrome base. China. You know, the typicalness. So we'll throw in there, kind of give him a little bit of a stance because he's a little bit better. One more here. This is a different release of the collectibles. This is from the 50th anniversary. It's 2002. This is the Volkswagen Beetle convertible. This one actually shows you the models in the mix. So Jeep Wrangler, Volkswagen Transporter van, the Beetle Cabrio, the Explorer, the RX-7, and the Audi TT. I do believe I have the entire set except for potentially the RX-7. I think I'm still missing that one. But, you know, just working on getting these Coke releases checked off the list. Got pretty serious about those last year and have probably added about 100 different Coke models. See if this one will slide off like I want it to. There we go. Slide them off. Pull them out of the plastic. So there is your premium version of the Volkswagen. And we saw a little bit less premium up there. Metal base, because, you know, it's premium. You're spending the money for it. Really like these wheels on here, of course. And then, of course, Goodyear Eagle on the rubber tires. Coke print on the painted topper here. So that's all one piece with the interior, but it's painted, so it gives a premium look. Nice prints on the back. Prints on the front. Looks good. Very nice deets. All right, we got one other Matchbox. And this one is kind of, yeah, they're kind of all over the place. So this was a Toys R Us exclusive. Matchbox did these then and nows. There's a number of them. So these are the combinations here. So you'll see that they typically are, you know, the same style of vehicle. Some of them are a little bit different. Like, you know, you have the 71 Camaro, but then you do like an SS convertible. So a little bit different. And then, of course, like the Ford model van. And then you move to the Ford E-Series box van truck. That one was pretty cool because it had, I think it had Matchbox collectibles on the side. It was pretty cool. But that is the mix there. As far as I know, they all were released. I have most of them. I don't have all of them on the back here. There's still some I'm missing. One that I do have I'm pretty happy about is the Kenworth Aerodyne and the Kenworth T2000. It's a pretty nice one. So these are taped up. So these were held in there by those rubber bands. So those rubber bands have since failed miserably, absolutely miserably. These packages were very, very weird, the way that they were done up. So we'll just get it open so I can get the models out of there. Hopefully the rubber bands have not ruined the model. So we'll get rid of the box. Don't need the box. So this one's pretty nice. The rubber bands completely come off and we're not worried about that. Kind of interesting. So we've kind of gone through like 3 levels of premiere for this one casting. This is the absolute pinnacle here. This is the top of the list. Full print. You got windshield done up, the windshield wipers. You even got the visors in there. Got a couple of colors in there for the interior. There's even a red stripe on the top of the interior so that it matches with the top of the door seals. Just super premium print all the way around. Looks really, really, really good. Much better wheel than the other one. Looks very, very nice. Of course, still has metal base. A little bit of that rubber band left over. Get them off the wheel. Thankfully, it stayed off of the actual casting model, so happy about that one. Taking a look at our classic Beetle. This one is the same. Looks like we lucked out with the rubber bands, so let's try to get those out of the wheel wells a little bit. Get them to roll up. Okay. So in light blue, now Matchbox has done this particular Beetle in light blue a bazillions of times. Actually, they just did it, I think, last year again on the newest version of this casting. Full decals all the way around. Doesn't even have your Volkswagen logo at the top of the hood there like it should. The soft top, opening top looks really, really good. I really like these wheels on the Beetle. Looks super good. Super chrome base, but it's painted. That's pretty cool, huh? Matchbox used to do a lot of this stuff. So it's a fully chrome base, but they only left the parts chrome they needed to be, which is the bumpers. They painted the rest of the base. That's actually silver print on the side of the running board area there too. So it looks really, really good. Black interior. 62 bug on the plate. Looks very, very good. This one's really, really nice. Probably one of the best, not the best, but one of the best premium versions of the Beetle. Of course, still had suspension. So I think the best premium version of the Beetle was the Barrett Jackson one in black. That one was the best one. So, very last model we have in the mix. We have a Greenlight. This is a brand spanking new line from Greenlight called Showroom Series or Showroom Floor. This is Series 1. Now, I've only found this one. I did find this at Hobby Lobby. However, this is supposed to be showing up at Target too. But these are just flat out factory deco. No fanciness, no frills, no nothing. I think this line is going to be absolutely fantastic. The coolest thing about this line, check that out. That is an actual window sticker on the back. That's just so cool. That's so cool. I think that that's just an unbelievable brilliance in packaging. Just super, super good. Now, in case you're wondering, the mix, it is up here. Ford Bronco Sport Badlands, which is the one I got. There's a Jeep Gladiator Mojave. The 2022 Ram 3500 Limited Longhorn. That's the single axle 3500. Then, of course, the C8 convertible, the Tahoe RST, and then the Ford Explorer ST. So they picked a very good mix for these. So we'll go ahead and get this guy open. Always happy to add another one of these Bronco Sports. I think it's a pretty cool casting. Greenlight always does some pretty cool oddball stuff. So we'll pull our little card out because I actually want to keep that. Get our Badlands out of the marker here. So there is your Broncos Badlands. It is a lot of print on the front, but it looks really, really good. I like those wheels a lot. There's your Badlands logo on there. Looks good. Dark blue. The kind of graphite gray roof on there. And, of course, just cool deets on it. Take a look at our number. Looks like 5682, so pretty high number. Really good prints on this one. This one's really good. This is a very, very, very good quality Greenlight. That is rare. That is rare. This thing is perfect. It is perfect. It's perfect. Man, I'm so happy this is perfect. Now, don't get me wrong. There's really not much on this model that can get screwed up. You know, the mirrors are metal and stuff like that. But, I mean, this thing is exactly how you should be getting every single Greenlight they make. It should look just like this every time. Every time. A little bit better look at that card placard on the back. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right. Well, there you go. That is episode 11. I'm going to give you guys fair warning. I have 4 serious hauls coming this week. Serious hauls coming this week. And it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. I have an enormous amount of Greenlight, an enormous amount of Mini GT. I even have my box coming from Australia from my trades. It is going to be an insane week. So get ready for that. I know you guys are going to be super stoked for that because I'm super stoked. So other than that, hope you guys appreciate that. Let me know what you like, don't like, the usual. I don't ask anything else. Just let me know. Always like to hear what your input is. I do read every comment. You mention that every time. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to come back. Appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are awesome. You make the channel work. Thank you very much. LevelMDIecast. Peace.